Hey guys, what is up? It is Scuzzy, and welcome to another Ramblings video. I'm not sure which episode this one is, but as always, I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about in this episode, but I did have like a little bit of an idea of what I wanted to at least start with, and obviously, as my mind goes, the ramblings kind of just they just kind of happen. So, I was talking to. Let me just turn my chat off because I don't like having to change the chat to like a blur in the background when I'm editing the videos. I like when you guys can see, the different things that happen in game. If you do particularly like doing that, watching that, but yeah, right now I'm just getting some Ushabtis in the background at the Sophinum Slayer dungeon. But before I lose this train of thought, I want to just express that I was talking to one of my friends, and a lot of the time, when I'm talking to people, and I don't want this to come out, like I want this to be like an educational kind of video, and not really like the last couple of rambling videos have been kind of like, I would say more of like a depression kind of thing. I don't know if I have depression, but it's more of like that kind of a feel, and I don't particularly want this one to be like that. I just want it to be me expressing my thoughts, and it may come off a little bit depression-y, just because I guess sometimes it's just kind of how I think. But what I was thinking of just while I was recording, trying to get Ushabtis and stuff, I was like, well, I know people like my rambling videos. I didn't really have anything to talk about, but so I kind of do now. So before I lose, I'm gonna lose this train of thought, and I'm so stupid. I did just say it. So I was talking to some of my friends, and when I do talk to my friends, it seems like they're busy. Now I use the word "seem" because I feel like, I don't know if it's this time period that we live in, but I feel like we use feelings a lot more than we used to. We gauge a lot of our decisions based on feeling a lot more than we used to. And I got the Ushabti here, so I am going to move on to these creatures here, which is good. And I am going to keep talking. So, but I feel like the essence of how we go through life and make decisions is based on, at least for me, I feel like it is for other people as well, just from what I can see, and I gauge from that, is that people tend to make the decisions based off of feelings, which might not be the greatest thing, because there's a lot of different things that go into factoring how our feelings are, and if we're not careful with our emotions, we can severely hurt other people. And I think about this a lot, though, because I think a lot. I really do. I think a lot, and the thing that came to my mind is, well, I'm rank 2 in this game, and a lot of people know who I am. I think more people know who I am than if I was rank 1, because of the fact that it was like a whole race thing, and the way it ended and all that stuff. It was very big to do, and because I was I was the first person to get 99 and 120. I believe that that made me stand out more than if I was just rank 1, because you can get 99 and 120 first and still not get the 200 mil, obviously, because that's what happened with me. But you almost never hear, that I know of, almost never hear the name in RuneScape Lee Me without Scuzzy. But the thing is, you can hear Scuzzy without Lay Me because I make the videos as well. So there's kind of that thing going on. But my point is, and I'm trying not to die at scarabs, dude. These guys are so easy. Why am I dying? My point is, you can be famous and people are still it seems that they're too busy for you, or it seems like they don't care. Now, I've struggled with this a lot because I feel like just how I was raised, the term people pleaser is kind of like a thing. The way I was raised, this is kind of how I am. I always am concerned about what people think about me or their opinions about me. But the thing is, I tell myself all the time, I don't care what people think about me. Or, I have this like constant battle. Do I really feel like this? But I think it comes down I think it does come down to that I do care about what people think about me personally. Not necessarily do I care about what they think in general, but what's their opinion about me. And so when you have these friends who are good friends, I have great conversations with these people so at some points, but it seems like they don't care because of the way they act or the way that they don't respond. And it has boggled my mind for so long why nobody seems to, and I'm just using that word again, seems to. It's not like a concrete thing. It's just about my feelings. And it's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true because I'm not in their mind. I don't know how these people think. You guys don't know how I think. You can only see the part that I let you see, basically, through my actions, through my words, until we can, go through like mental, telepathic, like reading minds and stuff like that, which I don't know if that's even possible, but I'm open to, not that I would want that. I think is a little, invasion of privacy, but my point in that aspect is that we don't know how other people think. So when we assume things and we feel hurt and we think that people don't care, it could be totally the opposite. They could care a lot. There could be a lot of different reasons why that person has not talked to you, or that person has chose to say specific words to you. I don't really know what my point of this is. Obviously, it's just a ramblings, but I just some of the stuff that I've been learning about myself and trying to win these battles in my mind, because it's not fair to be pissed off at someone or be hurt or treat someone with disrespect just because they treated you a specific way. That's not how love and goodness works. It's actually the total opposite, where like even if it's totally like they're definitely being mean, there's no reason to be like that, because at the end of the day, it's, you don't feel that person's pain. You feel your own pain, whether or not, I guess you could argue that apathy is like, or empathy is like, is it apathy or is it empathy? One of the two, where you can feel the other person's feelings. I'm not sure totally about that. I still don't think you can feel all the emotions of another person. But obviously there's going to be people who disagree, and I'm open to that. There was a point in my life where, and I'm going to just preface this saying I was totally wrong, or I feel like I was totally wrong in thinking this, but I used to think that not everybody's opinion mattered, because how statistically, how could that even be possible? How could everybody's opinion matter? Everybody's opinion should matter, but I guess the reality is that not everybody's opinion does matter. I don't know how that works, but I feel like that is a very mean thing to think. And I don't think that I think like that anymore, because everybody deserves to have an opinion. It's just I don't know how to put it. I don't know. Maybe that got a little too deep there. But my point is, a lot of people, like, I feel like I have so much energy right now. I really do. I have so much energy, which is weird because I usually don't. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm talking really, really fast, and my thoughts are just going a mile a minute. And I'm just kind of just spewing it all out because why not? I mean, I'm not swearing. I'm not saying negative things, and really, even this whole YouTube thing, it's not about the money, anyways, because I have a full-time job and I'm making much more than YouTube has to offer me, at least at this point. I don't see my channel getting that big, but I do it kind of for, I do it for fun actually now, which is weird. When I started, well, not when I started, but back in August 2016, I was trying to make a career of it. But at this point, it's not really like that. I'm doing it kind of just to, well, I am, I've been getting these comments a lot since I started up again, and they have warmed my heart. There's a cat here. There's a freaking cat here. But you guys have warmed my heart, and I know that for every comment that has been said, that warms my heart, I know there's at least 100 people who have the same feelings, but they don't feel comfortable saying it out loud, which I totally get. I'm not, that's totally fine. It's just I didn't realize how much my videos kind of like, not to, like, I'm not gloating or anything. I really do care about you guys, and I care about helping people, even if it's to the effect of just making videos for now. But I didn't realize how much it impacted your guys' lives. So even though, my life might get really busy, I mean, it's definitely going to get really busy, because I've been taking a couple steps forward in my life, and I believe I've talked about, and I know if anybody's new and they're watching this video, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but in previous rambling videos have expressed that I want to help people with clean drinking water, and I've also expressed that oh man, I lost my train of thought. What was the other thing that I said in my videos? Totally forgot it. Hold on, I'm gonna come back when it gets back to me. For the life of me, I could not remember what my train of thought was, and my brain slowed down a little bit. But I do want to. Did I drop? Oh goodness! I need face mask when I'm killing those. But I put my Ushabtis back in the bank. I believe my stats went all the way down, so I'm going to. Do I not have any? Yeah, I do. I got some. What's going on here? So my point earlier was that honestly, I don't know what my point was, but I was talking about how I'm taking steps forward in my life, working towards the goal that I previously talked about in my rambling videos, overcoming. Oh, I remember what it was. Okay, so I talked about, I'm going to get this out right now. I was talking about in my old rambling videos that I have phone phobia, and which is not really a technical term, but it's, a term that I've been using for what I experience. Like, I can't really talk on the telephone, and I also have anxiety when talking to people just in general on like a Discord server. That's why I don't really go into the voice chat on there, although you guys are welcome to come into chat. The link is in the description as always on all of my videos, but that's one of the reasons why. But I have been overcoming those types of fears little by little. Obviously, I'm not totally there yet because obviously, because like I'm not totally there. I mean, I don't know how to describe it to you guys, but I know I'm not at the point where I would like to be. Like, I can't go up to someone and call them if I need to get something done. I can know who to call, but I have very hard time motivating myself to actually pick up the phone or whatever to get the information from that person. I think it's also partially because when I am talking to someone on Discord or something like that, my brain instantly can't do anything other than focus on them or do what I was doing and completely not hear them, which I don't like doing to people. So I would much rather... Why am I getting hurt so bad? I don't understand why I'm getting hurt so bad from these, but I would much rather not even entertain talking to someone because I don't want to, you know, it's sort of like a selfish thing, I guess. I don't know. It's difficult because I would love to be able to talk to people, and the weird thing is I used to be able to. I don't understand why my mind can't do it anymore. If I was gonna talk to someone on Discord, I would not be able to kill any boss on RuneScape. It's just I would either die at the boss, or I would just totally not hear what that person is saying, and I definitely don't want to do that to someone. But I'm trying to take the right steps forward with my issues. Phone phobia is the only one that comes to mind right now. I guess procrastination and all that stuff. But I have been using my merching expertise from RuneScape over the years to actually start going into cryptocurrencies. I know there's a lot of people that have been talking about cryptocurrencies for the last couple of years, and it's actually picked up a lot. Just in 2017, 2018, a lot of the cryptocurrencies kind of just skyrocketed because all of the bigger not franchises, but like Facebook and all these other investors are putting a lot of money into it. So it kind of made them all go up, and then they crashed a bunch. But I started doing it in December 31st, I would say, and I sunk about $1,500 in it. I don't want to go into too many details, but I basically, you know, there was a couple of ups. Well, there was one up, and where everything rose a lot, and then there were a lot of falls as well. As I was saying earlier, big corporations and companies were going into cryptocurrency, which caused them to rise, but they got scared, and I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but this is just what I've been hearing, is that obviously some people pulled out and they got scared, and it actually caused the market to crash at least 3 times at 40% each. So, and I can go into more details if you guys actually want to hear about it, but the basic gist is I made, so it started out with 1,500. I made about, I guess, 5 times that so far in the last 4 months from then with the $1,500. Obviously, there were 3 huge crashes, and I've learned a lot about day trading, which is what I actually do on RuneScape. I don't do investing, other than, I guess, the video where I made 20 bill in a month, which is investing, but that's not where I made most of my money. I've actually made and spent closer to 250 bill on this game through merching, day flipping, and spending it through skilling and the treasure hunter. I've expressed this in one of my other rambling videos where I talk about the 20 bill that I made and why I was in 20 bill debt. You can watch it if you want. I don't remember which one it is. It has a title that says like 20 bill debt or something. If you are interested in that. But I have used that for real life. I've learned a lot from day trading, and I actually have been very successful in not necessarily increasing my funds while it's crashing, although it has increased in funds while it's crashing, but also just not losing money while an item, like not an item, but a cryptocurrency is crashing. There are ways to get around it and actually not lose money or make money while you're doing it. And then once it goes back on a rise, if it ever does go back on a rise, that's the part where I'm right now, where I'm trying to learn how to do that. And for a while, I could not break the $5,000 barrier for about 2 months. So, and I just did that, trying not to lose it all again. But it's kind of, if you don't know what you're doing, it's very risky, and especially for someone who doesn't look at the news updates, which is actually a very, very crucial part of it. Because if I was looking at the news for cryptocurrencies, I could probably predict it a lot better, but that's not my forte, and I don't particularly like reading. But I will learn as time goes on, and I will get into looking at the updates for these different cryptocurrencies and the rise and falls, and kind of predict where it's going, which will be cool. But basic idea there is I'm building up my real life funds. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but when I did get my job last year in 2017, May of 2017, yes, my family was in a state where, not a state, but like an area in our life where we could not afford basically to live, so we were draining our accounts basically. And so that was really, really good that I got the job, because now we're not draining our accounts, and I have money to basically support the family that we're at right now. One thing that I'm trying to do is trying to save up enough money to, and the way I'm doing it is I'm very goal oriented. So the way I'm doing it is, once I hit let's say a marker of 50,000, that's when I'm going to start looking for a piece of land. And let's say, I don't know if it's going to be a house, but I'm going to be looking kind of to take those sort of steps in the future. But I'm not going to do it until I make a certain goal amount wise, which is going to be cool. Currently, my goal right now is, well, one of my short-term goals is to get a piece of land and start researching drinking water through agriculture and those sorts of things. So once I get the 50,000 mark, that's when I'm going to, and the thing is, I can start doing research now, but it's very, very difficult for me to do something unless it's a goal. So I need to make it a goal for me to even start doing something. And that's kind of why I need to have a goal, like a monetary goal as well, because otherwise I'm not really going to go for the monetary goal, and I will end up spending my money as I make it, just like in Runescape. And I definitely don't want to be doing that, because once I get research down, I'll be able to hire people to help me do research, maybe even start some sort of a lab. There's a lot of different possibilities, but what I do want to do is I really do want to be doing that research. And you know, things are going pretty well for my job. Not necessarily for me personally, but for my job in general. I still have the job. I was off of work, still off of work for, I don't know how long, but I will be going back to work basically. But when I do, I don't think I want to be doing 70 hours a week, especially if my boss doesn't treat me, like, he treats me fine, but he doesn't, personally, I don't think I'm getting enough for the effort that I'm putting in. And that might just be me just being like stupid, because I don't know how the world works yet, and I feel like I'm entitled for more than what I get. I mean, obviously there's a lot of people in this world that aren't getting what I'm getting, which really does destroy me, because I wish everybody could, you know, I know this world's probably never going to be perfect, but I personally, I would like to do my best to get it to the best that it can be in my lifetime, if that makes any sense. And I won't feel good about like the life that I've lived if I don't do the very best that I can. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I know I have my issues, and I'm trying to work through them. And I thank you guys so much for being here and listening to me. This video is getting kind of long, so if you do want more ramblings, let me know in the comments. I mean, obviously this is episode 31. I did check, so it seems like you guys do like these videos, because I've done a lot of them. And if you guys didn't like the videos, I wouldn't be doing them as much. It's one of my longer series. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you learned something about me, and maybe you learned something about yourself, thinking about anything that I was talking about in the video. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments if you disagree or agree, and we can chat about it in the comments, because I do have my thinking now is that your guys' opinions do matter. Everybody should have an opinion, and it should matter at least somewhat, and people should be at least open to at least hear it, and not necessarily just hear it, but think about it, and maybe open their own mind to how that other person thinks. Because you know what? Nothing good ever happened with someone just by themselves. Nothing. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Solitude is definitely not the answer. I know I used to think that way. I used to think that, you know, solitude is great. I don't have to deal with anybody, but it's not good to just reject the problems that we have. It's really good to talk about them, think about them, and be very open to expressing how we feel about it, and being very respectful to everybody else. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you took something from it, and maybe I'll take something from your guys' comments, and feel free to correct me. I really welcome it. And you know, it's not to say that I'm not gonna be hurt when I see it. I gotta get over that sort of stuff, but it's not wrong to be hurt. It's what we do with it, and how we act on that. So not gonna prolong the video anymore. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day. Follow me on social media and subscribe for more. Peace.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just gone.